Okay, so start. You got these right here. You're gonna eventually have to take these off. It runs down through here and then pops out the side. But obviously make sure your motor's all the way up on the locks before you do that. So let's get it up on the locks. So we're changing this one just because it's starting to get really rusty. Just the aftermarket ones just don't last as good as the Yamaha ones, so we're replacing with Yamaha ones. Obviously you're gonna go, once you put your supports down, you're gonna want to remove that C-clip on the other side, or I'm sorry, you're gonna remove it on this side, so you can slide it through the other side, get that disconnected. Then the real trick that I found to these is you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on each side that holds the trim and tilt. They can be very corroded, so just take your time taking them out. All right, so I've already disconnected my lines because I went ahead already. Got the snap ring out, got the main pin out and main here. So wire comes from here, runs down this way. A lot of times it will be under this bracket, if you can see, but this one wasn't because it's been replaced already. So I'm gonna put it back. See the zip ties usually here, cut those off. Got this 10mm bolt. I've already started to loosen. Sorry if the video sucks, I don't video much and do YouTube, but saw there was no videos on how to do this, and these are extremely popular motors, so I figured it could certainly help someone out. So what I'm gonna do next is start working all these bolts out. Like I said, they could be very corroded. Take your time. Just work them back and forth, in and out, until you can get them out. What I found is usually the bottom ones have the most corrosion. The top ones are pretty good. But we're gonna remove 4 from here and 4 from the other side. Then this whole entire assembly will be able to move a little bit, and then you can get that back Allen in there, which can be a real pain in the butt unless you loosen this whole assembly. Let me go find, I have a snap-on Allen that fits it perfectly. The part number is FAML6E as in Edward. Like I said, fits perfect. It's 6mm. And I'll film it once I get towards that spot, show you how it comes out. Alright, so got all the bolts out. These weren't too bad because obviously this motor's been replaced. So obviously we start here, like I said, in the special socket I have, but this fits perfect. Try and see what I can get. This socket right on there is perfect height. So when you go to remove this, just make sure you're using your left hand to support this head so it can't twist and strip out the Allens, because these generally are pretty tight. So I'll try and see if I can position the phone to where you can kind of see, but I doubt I'll be able to. I'll check back in here in a second. So I have it set up, but once you get all the bolts out, you can literally go and take this whole assembly and move it up and down. You kind of want to pull it up and then pull it out, because it's going to bottom out there. You can see how I can perfectly get the snap-on bit in there. Sorry. It fits in there perfect. I already cracked them loose, like I said. They can definitely be tight. Support your hand while you're doing it so it doesn't twist out and strip out the Allen heads, but after this point, you're doing pretty good. All right, so here you are at this point. Pump's off. Like I said, this was the brand API Marine. This pump is just at 2 years old, and look how bad it deteriorated. The pump was still working, but obviously it was starting to stain everything down here. And this boat owner just does not like half-ass parts on his boat, so went ahead and changed both of them out. But you will lose a little fluid when you take that motor off. Don't forget there's an O-ring in there, so don't forget to order a new O-ring. Alright, so sorry about that, I forgot to film again, but it's all back together. Fully back together, zip tied up, wires ran up all the way to the top. What I like to do with the nuts and bolts, don't know if I said or not, get a tap and die, clean all the corrosion out of the threads and the threads in the bolt, and then use anti-seize on it. Yeah, one last thing with everything together, don't forget to top off your trim reservoir.
We do too.
It's going to be a little low.